We got to the championship game. They needed one run. Of course, he's up to bat. He got onto, I believe, second base, and he had this little friend on his team. He said, I'm gonna get Jace home, because Jace would have been the winning run. I don't think we would have made this kind of progress with him if we had not seen this type of testing to make some of these changes to make him to where he was healthier, to be able to experience these things. He was not the typical infant. He was developing and doing typical baby things, infant things, toddler things, nothing that was too out of the ordinary, but there were just signs. We would take him to a restaurant, we would take him to a grocery store, like it would just become too much for him. The sounds of the dishes, the silverware, everything, gets to be too much, the voices, loud music, things like that were things that triggered him. We would take him to his doctor and she's like, no, I think he's okay. You just kind of have to work through it. Basically that got us to about 4 years old. We're like, okay, there's definitely something that's off here, because we were losing language skills. He wasn't socializing like a normal 4-year-old would normally do. He would never seem healthy long enough before he was down again. We did get an official autism diagnosis when he was 4. Which it's a strange thing when you get that diagnosis, because you're like, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong to, give him this hand? I put a lot of faith and hope in the doctors that we were seeing, but we learned pretty quickly that they weren't giving us the answers that we were looking for. Every doctor would say, well, maybe this doctor may have more insight on, why this happened or what's happening with him. But when we would get there, they really didn't have any insight. They were just like, yeah, we'll run some labs and see where things at, and yeah, everything looks okay. I really just felt like we were losing him a little bit every day. Then when we did the test, which was so simple, it gave him back to us. So a friend told me about this genetic test with MaxGen, and she explained to me it was a simple cheek swab. So I thought, okay, great, we don't have to pin him down, we don't have to do any blood work or make any blood draws or anything like that, so let's go ahead and do it. And we got the results back. That really changed my perspective on what we could do for him. They told me he can't detox. His body can't detox. And I was like, well, tell me more. Basically, his body was having issues with inflammatory responses based on what this test was telling him. He had like this predisposition. I was pulling out all of his lab work. I was pulling out the genetic test. I had that in front of me, highlighting, writing, like circling things. And I was like, why didn't nobody tell me any of these things? Where was this missed with all of these doctors that we saw? Basically, what the test broke down for Jace, there are certain areas of his genetics that allow him or don't allow him to process certain nutrients the right way, don't allow him to detox environmental toxins the right way, or just things that he becomes exposed to. It was just a process to help support his body to be able to do the things that our bodies are meant to do. Over the course of a few months, we saw some huge advances for him. With doing this test, it gave us some hope. There was very simple things that we can implement with him that I wish doctors knew. Like, I wish doctors would put these things into place for every patient, no matter if they're healthy or not. 2 years ago, he asked to play baseball. He played an amazing season. He learned so much. Confidence was the biggest thing that he learned. He had a great team. I think we were blessed with the team that we ended up with, the coach that we ended up with. They took him under their wings. I don't think we would have made this kind of progress with him if we had not seen this type of testing to make some of these changes to make him to where he was healthier, to be able to experience these things. We got to the championship game. They needed one run. Of course, he's up to bat. He got onto, I believe, second base, and he had this little friend on his team. He said, I'm gonna get Jace home, because Jace would have been the winning run. He got that home run. He even got the game ball from that game, he was beyond excited. MaxGen as a whole, I'm really grateful for them. The founder was a practitioner that developed this testing. The testing being so easy, it completely changed Jace's trajectory of where he was going at that point in time. I tell practitioners our story. That's one of the big questions is they ask, what are we gonna get out of it? Like what has been your experience, or what can we tell our clients or our patients? Like what benefit are they gonna get out of this test? So I was like, well, I've got a story for you.
Dad, heads up.